Hey, my name's Anthony and I'm going to be sharing with you today how to be more confident on camera and really own it. Now, this is something that is really awesome if you can master it. And I mean, what is mastering it, right? I mean, look, I'm still doing this. I'm still on my journey, and there are times that I do make mistakes. I have to edit it out, but I really want to talk with you about that confidence because I have grown this confidence as well. And how do you get more confident when it comes to creating content? So when I first started out on YouTube doing my journey, now this was early 2000s, and quite frankly, I was scared to show my face on camera. Not even joking. It took me forever to do a face reveal, and it was for multiple reasons, whether that was my ethnicity, whether that was how I looked, how people would judge me, and everything. But I knew making that video and showing my face because I knew in the long run, hey, I want to be showing my face on YouTube. I want people to see who I am because I am me. I am authentically me. And it was very scary. It was extremely scary and overwhelming. I can still feel like I know the feeling of it too. And I get a little excited talking about this because I know it's something that you can overcome because it's something I've overcome and many others have. So I'm going to share with you some practical tips that you can use to become more confident on camera, especially if that's something you're looking into doing, whether you're doing face cam. Let's say you're already on camera, you feel like you're camera shy, or you have some anxiety when it comes to talking. I'm gonna share with you all the tips I've used and some things I've learned as well from, even speaking on stage for the first time to doing it multiple times and not being nervous about it. So when it comes to showing your face on camera, that is obviously totally up to you. You can do YouTube now full-time, part-time, as a hobby with never showing your face. So I just want to say that showing your face is completely up to you. Now, there are benefits to showing your face and being you when it comes to creating content. And that is just really that connection that you will have with others. And that roots back to what I said about why I wanted to put myself out there, is because I really wanted to show exactly who I am to others and get on that level of connection with other people. Hey, they like my videos. They listen to my voice every day. They know what I look like. There's nothing else to hide. And that's not to say that you're hiding something. Again, showing your face is a personal preference, but you can totally succeed, of course, on YouTube with never showing your face. So don't worry about that. But if you are looking into showing your face on YouTube, how do you become more confident on camera? So first off, what I want you to do is when you are recording, and no matter what device you're recording on, maybe you're recording on your phone, on your camera, make sure you're looking into the lens and not necessarily into the screen, because you will actually be looking a little bit off and you're not looking directly at the viewer, whoever's watching your video. So that's something to take into account as well when it comes to also your delivery on the actual video. Now, to be more confident, you have to do it more times. Think about this. The first time you do something, it may be challenging, it may be scary, but the 100th time you do something or the 20th time you do something, you will be a lot better. So what I would like to say is just keep going. Don't stop. If you do a video and you're nervous about it, put it out there and keep going, because this confidence muscle is going to build. And that's where confidence comes from, is knowing that you can do something because you have that confidence that you've done it before. Of course, it's going to be scary at first, and I promise you, you will feel nervous. You may not feel like a natural as well when it comes to it. And I mean, what's a natural? I mean, everyone who is considered a natural nowadays has done something a lot of times, and they have built that confidence through doing it and repetition. I can promise you, I'm a lot better on camera today than I was when I first started. Now, also take into account that when you are filming, just think about it. Think about it's your mom or your best friend, a brother, someone that you're talking to as well. So you're not necessarily talking to the camera or yourself, you're talking to that other person that's on the other side. So that's how I like to look at it, that I'm actually talking to you. I'm not necessarily talking to the camera, at least. Now, that tactic can also work for you if you feel like you're talking to the camera, but you almost want to have it to where the camera feels almost invisible and you're really just connecting to that viewer or whoever you're actually talking to. Because if you were to talk to someone else that was in the room, you'd be completely fine and confident because you know that person, which is totally fine. You know, you can have a conversation with your friend in the room, but when it's just you and a camera, it's like, okay, why do I feel anxious about this? Why am I scared to talk like this? And it's also asking yourself these questions and really getting to the root of, okay, why do I feel this way? Is it because that I'm afraid that I will be judged on what other people think of me? or is it something that I'm just genuinely scared to do and scared to show myself? Another tip that has also helped me out is really taking care of my physical fitness. Now, I know that maybe not everyone works out and such things like that, but even if you make yourself presentable to the camera, that really helps out, because I do believe the motto of you feel good, you look good, you do good. And that really shows as well on camera too. If you're in a bad mood and you're filming, chances are you may not do as good as if you feel good and you start recording. So be aware of how you feel when you are actually filming your video, and maybe you're doing it for the first time, or maybe if you're just recording in general. Always take into account with your feeling and mood. Now, what I will also say is if you solely rely on your feelings to do something, you may not ever do anything. So there will become a point where you have to say, okay, even though I don't feel like doing this right now, I'm going to do it, because at the end of it, I'm going to get better at it. And that rolls into discipline, because if I had to do a video every time, I felt like it, I would not make a lot of videos as much as I do now. And that's just human. If I felt like working out as much as I felt like it, I mean, there's times where I don't feel like working out, but I work out anyway. Now, when you do record your video, I know you may be quite nervous hearing it back, but it's good to own it, okay? It's good to, if you record a video, you record your voice, watch it back, listen it back, and analyze it as well and see, okay, I could do this better next time. But just remember that the progress that you're gonna be making is way better than the perfection on it, and you're not going to be perfect your first time. So the faster you can let that go and knowing that, okay, my first camera or face reveal or anything like that, I may be quite nervous and I may be not quite confident, but I know if I keep doing this, I'm going to get better at it. Another way to be more confident on camera is if you're really talking about something or that you're passionate about. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and it's just like you get excited, you're just talking, you know exactly what you're talking about, what you want to say, but if you go to talk about something you don't really know much about, you become a little bit nervous or you don't really know what to say. So what I will say is to show that sort of confidence on camera is really talking about something that you know what you're talking about. And that could be whether it's your hobby, something you've learned, something you do, your experience. That's where you're gonna be your most confident, is when you're talking from a place of experience. And just really accept that, like, hey, look, I know this is not gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You may get comments, you may be judged, but at the end of the day, you're the one that's creating content, you're the one that's putting yourself out there. And for that, you have so much to be proud of. So put in the work, put in those repetition sets when it comes to creating content, filming yourself, practicing, and even if you want to structure your talking better when it comes to camera, something I did when I started doing videos is like sometimes I would just cut on the camera and record and just talk. And there was a lot of I didn't really know exactly what to say next. You rarely ever hear me say but something that really helps out is that make bullet points already of what you want to talk about. That will also help you as well, because you know exactly what you're going to say. And that also gives you confidence because you know what you're going to be talking about, and there's no gaps in thinking about what you want to talk about. So if you ever feel like you're struggling in commentary, and this can even apply if you're not even showing your face, think about what it is you want to talk about during the video and make bullet points, so now you have something to actually follow and talk about, so it's a smooth transition in the conversation. But I really hope you found these tips helpful on being confident on camera. Let me know which one of these you will be using, or if there are some tips that you have for being confident on camera. I'd love to know them down below in the comments. But I wish you the best rest of your day. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.